I am begging all men, don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe. Don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe.
Hello family, and welcome back again. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you're doing better than I am. I'm grateful for this new year 2024. I'm a little under the weather right now. I am down from the cold right now, but I hope you are doing better than I am. And I look forward to getting back on the screen and talking to you all soon. We hope we can make 2024 a much better year than we did 2023. I must admit, 2023 was a great year for us. I hope you and your families are coping. So today we're just going to be addressing this video. I guess you saw a little gist of it. You got a little bit of it. Maybe some of you might have come across it, but I just wanted us to talk about it more. I addressed this thing on my channel. I don't remember how long ago that was, but it had to be maybe about a year ago or almost a year ago. I'm going to leave the link to that video right here. So just in case you can go back and finish it up, because I'm just going to play bits and pieces of it through this so you can get an understanding. I have been in the US over a decade now. Matter of fact, I came here on a K visa. I made a video explaining that process before, so you can check that out if you want to. Marriage as a whole has its own ups and downs. Like my mom always says, it's like teeth and tongue in the same mouth, the same space. They are going to have their own arguments, but nobody can leave their home, right? The both of them are stuck in there. So that's how I like to view marriage. We will have our ups and downs, but we still got one another's back. And this is one thing that I wish for you today in your marriage as you travel abroad, as you come to relocate. I wish for you the best in your marriage. Through 2024, I hope that I can focus more on helping people build their relationship more than I've done before, because I see a lot of people struggle after relocating, and it really doesn't have to be that way. I must say, it really doesn't have to be that way. Relocating is already challenging. It has its own struggles and trials and everything it comes with. And so our relationships have to be stronger to be able to withstand everything. But like I said, I'm going to let you watch portion of this video.
Why did you say that? If you know that you are the kind of man that has an ego, you are a proud man, you have a chieftaincy, yes, you are a chief, you are a strong man, you understand, people respect you.
Okay, that type of man that would like to control women or what?
Control women. You know you are a dogu.
Oh, dogu.
Woman cannot talk to you anyhow. Don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe, because if you bring them here, they will bring you down.
Today we're just going to be diving a little bit into some ways that the immigrant life or the immigrant marriage, the immigrant relationship has been affected by traveling or by relocating. And the first thing I'm going to talk about here is the issue of adapting. I'm sorry, I'm looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. Adapting to our new environment. We all know that the man is the head of the home, and most times he pushes things around. He makes decisions. Most decisions, even though he's going to consult the wife, but most times he has already made up that decision in his head before he just comes to tell the wife about it. She's just the hearer of it. Not really, he really don't come for her input as a whole. He just want to pass it by her. And so most African men are so used to that. And for us, the women, even though sometimes they don't really sit well with us, but we try to cope with it because that's what we're used to. That's what we've seen all our lives. That's what we grew up into. And so we kind of get used to it. And we just move on with it. We just live with it. That, oh yeah, whatever you say. So that's what we do. But when we are fortunate to travel outside of our countries, and we come to the West where we get more exposure, and I would say exposure comes in two different ways, more like the adaptation part, because we can adapt to some of the negative things, and some people choose to adapt only to some positive things, but there's two sides to every coin. There's the negative side and the positive side, and so we find ourselves caught in the middle of these things. We really don't know. A lot of us cannot make decisions on our own. A lot of us still cannot figure out what's good enough for us. Which one should we take? Which one we should not take? And so we just go about just going with the flow, and we allow this new environment, the things we see on the television, the people we hang out with now, I mean, maybe at work or maybe in the new communities we find ourselves, the things that happen there, we tend to come home and just, impose them in our relationships. We're not going to try to sit and weigh it and see whether it's applicable to ours.
And it's not productive. It's not pushing us forward. And what's happening is we are internalizing a lot of trauma that does not belong to us. So
say it again.
So we are internalizing a lot of relationship trauma that does not belong to us. So let's say for me personally, right, I've never been cheated on. But let's say I go and I follow a bunch of women who talk about the fact that, I've been cheated on, all these niggas cheat, they steady cheating. I'm going to sit there and be like, yeah, niggas, they all cheat. That's all they do. And I'm not self-aware enough to really understand that that's not even my shit. That's not my baggage. That's somebody else's baggage. So one thing we really have to do is learn how to detach from some of these messages that we are constantly internalizing.
We cannot take those things in. We don't really weigh our own situations. And I always say to people, every marriage, every relationship is unique. So you don't take another person's situation to apply to yours, because that shoe might not even fit on you. Obviously, the both of you probably not wearing the same size. So why would you want to use their measurement to cut your own shoes or cut your own clothes? That's impossible. The second thing affecting our marriages, our relationships abroad, and I would say that's the major thing, time. We don't have any means of spending quality time with one another. Once you relocate, starting life anew is difficult. If the husband was here before and you got here, obviously he has to overwork because now you're here as a dependent. And in the process of doing paperwork for you, and depending on the circumstance you came on, or depending on what visa you came on, it makes it kind of difficult to even see him. Or if the wife is the one who's here and sent for the husband, it makes it kind of difficult for the husband to even see his wife, because now she has to work double because she has a second person at home. And staying at home all day means you're keeping the heat running, especially when we come fresh. We're not used to the cold, especially if you lay here during the winter time, you're doomed. you just want to keep the heat running because you're not used to the temperature here. So you're going to try to just keep that heat running in the house while the wife or the husband, who's the person who sent for you, they're going to work, the meters are not running. But when you're home, I mean, everything has to be on, and then we got the bills running up. So now that means they have to work doubles to be able to cover up the extra few dollars that are going to be added. And so you barely get to see them. You guys barely get to spend time together. First thing, traveling has already, that long distance between the both of you has already played some part in there. The person has adapted to some new attitude. They have adapted some new things, like I said earlier, the new environment. They have gotten themselves already adjusted to things that happen in the new country of location. So it all starts to affect you. Now you're the person who at home and you think, this person not going to find any time for me. My own wife, since I came, she don't even have any time to spend with me. My own husband, since I came, he don't even have any way to find time to spend with me. He just pretend to be busy. And they're actually not pretending to be busy. They are being busy working behind there, just trying to keep you going, trying to do everything to have enough money to keep you in a safe place until you can be able to get on your feet. But usually we who come, we don't understand it as that. We think they're just making themselves too busy to stay around us. And that person too, they have already gotten used to their new environment of probably just going to work, stay at work all day. And so it's going to take them some time again to readjust to spending time with you. And the third one, it's money. Money is the third factor affecting African marriages, African relationships abroad. And as difficult as it is to sit around and talk about money, of course we did not learn sitting around talking about money. Back in our countries where we come from, we did not see mom and dad usually sitting down talking about money. Dad made majority of the money decisions because he made a bulk of the money back home. And so we come to America or to Europe or wherever we find ourselves, and sometimes the women tend to start making more money than what the husband is used to. And so it becomes an insecurity issue. He starts feeling threatened. He starts feeling like, oh, well, his title as the head of the home is now taken over by the wife. And that's something he's not used to. The African man, I must admit to you, is not used to that. He feels threatened by that. Just very few of them are going to be happy, sincerely happy, when the wife is making more money than them. A bulk of them, they feel threatened. They feel like that's going to take away their status as the head of the home. That's going to limit their decision making, and so it starts to bring some friction between them. You can go ahead and watch the entire video so you can have more idea, because this is becoming a thing. It's fearful, but there should actually be no reason for us to be going through this and guessing or wondering if we should bring our spouse abroad, if we all can just follow a few things that I address in this video. I hope it's going to help you, and maybe we're going to continue to address more of this as we go through 2024 and beyond. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I ask that you please subscribe, especially if you're getting value from this content.